Good morning from Fort Stockton, Texas. I'm sweating already. Look at how beautiful the sun is. Okay, we're leaving Fort Stockton. I'm kind of sad, but I think I saw quite a bit. So let's keep it traveling on and see what else we can get into today. All right, let's do it. Welcome to Ozarno, Texas. Pretty interesting. I Googled it because I knew it was an exit coming up that was kind of like a city stop. And it looked like there's tourism and, you know, things to do. So I'm like, oh, great. It's going to be like the other ones. Well, I stop in and there's like nothing. And then I stopped at a gas station because I need to dump. So I asked them, and there's an RV thing. She's like, and I'd already passed it, so I knew where to go. So I came back here, and it's an RV park. So I pulled in. I'm like, oh, okay. So then maybe I'll stay tonight. There were guys just outside, and I'm like, hey, is there anybody to talk to? Is there an office? And they're like, no. And they said, well, is there a place to dump anywhere? And they're like, yeah, you can just go dump over there. They aren't going to charge you anything. Because there aren't that many people here. So I'm pulled up and I'm about to dump. And then I said it's called Sterling City because I saw it was the next exit. And it's pretty windy today. And it was cloudy. It started raining a little bit. So that's why I wanted to pull over. I've gone like 100 miles. And yeah, so I am in Ozarno. Oh, I asked them about Sterling City, and they're like, I said, is there anything here, like a shower or anything? And they're like, nope. And I said, well, what about Sterling City? Because that looked promising. They're like, oh, that's even smaller than Ozarno. Sorry if I'm saying Arizona. Something like that. So, well, at least I can dump. I need some LPG gas at some point. So we'll start here. I need a shower, as you can see. I don't know. Let's dump and just take it from there. Okay. Let's do it. Okay, so scratch Ozona. I don't remember how to say it. Look at this. So I am 5 miles from Sonora, and I don't think there's much happening there either. There's not a lot around these parts, even pulling off the freeway. So in Sonora, I believe there is a Love's truck stop, and that will be like, oh, because I need a shower. I also need to cut my bangs again. I need to dump. I didn't dump because that didn't seem right there. And I need some LPG gas, so hopefully I can find that. I am at a rest stop right now. It's a really nice one. Maybe I'll show it to you when I'm outside. I'm just going to take a little walk, collect myself. I hadn't eaten anything all day, so about, I don't know, right when I was leaving Sonora, or wherever I was, I pulled over to eat a salad and have something, because I realized I was starting to get shaky, and that was why. So anyway, okay, I cannot wait for 5 miles to get here, but I'm gonna get out and get some fresh air and just take a little break before I go, and I'll check in with you in a little bit. Sorry, it's windy out here, but that little car seems a little out of place in the midst of all those big trucks. I cannot imagine driving that on that freeway with all those crazy drivers. I have, well, not never been so happy, but I am very happy that I have found a Love's to take a shower at. So I just went in the Loves to see if I could park here overnight, because it looked like you probably couldn't, but the guy was so nice, and they have showers in there, and he looked at the road check. He goes, oh no, that's all right, you can stay there. So I just wanted to show you what like days without a shower and driving looks like in van life. Not very glamorous, but I'm gonna go take a shower and clean up, and then we'll come back and have a chat. Let's do it. All showered. I feel so much better. Although I am at a Flying J, and it's a great one. I feel completely safe here. It's really nice. But you know how last time, well, Pat paid for my shower last time and it was $12. This time I paid for it myself and it's $14. So I would assume that that is all the Flying J's, but now it is $14 to take a shower. Although I probably would have paid $25 at this point. So, but feeling good. Nothing beats, you know, it's funny in living in a van, traveling in a van, that you don't appreciate little things like that until you're in a van and you don't have things like that. So I'm very appreciative, even if I paid $14, that I got a shower. Good morning. It's Saturday morning and I am in Sonora, Texas. And this is what I'm looking at out my window. But it looks like it's kind of starting to clear up. I checked the weather. It looks like it's supposed to get better after noon. So I still have to dump and get some LPG gas that I can get here at Love's. So I'm just going to take my time this morning, getting ready, clean the van, do all that. And then if the weather gets nice, I'll get on the road for a little bit. All right, let's see what the day brings. So I'm still at Love's, and Love's parking lot. And oh, I misspoke. So it was $14 to take a shower here at Love's. I almost forgot. I was at the Flying J before, and that was $12. Oh, my nose itches, sorry. So I thought that I would do this. It was pouring this morning, and now it's sunny and beautiful. It's pretty windy. So I still, after I'm done with this video, I thought, well, I'm halfway decent, that I would do this now, because then I'm finally going to go dump and then fill my LPG after this. So anyway, I wanted to sit down and talk about last night. I was thinking about the pros and cons of van life and what I thought about van life before I left. And okay, we all have different van life experiences, and it's all personal to each one of us who does it. And again, you know, people jumped on my journey right away, and I am on a pre-planned trip until March. I have places I'm stopping. And so, you know, I know a lot of it. I can see now, and that's why I want to talk about this now, because I can see, after being on the road for only like 6 weeks, and almost 3 of those weeks were in Sedona with Donna, that like things I want to do, like I want to get solar, and I wanted to get that anyway, but you know, that will be a big thing for me. And then, you know, just planning a trip and staying somewhere for a while, because traveling, like what I'm doing now, you know, getting to different destinations and having to be there by, you know, certain times, is stressful. But you know, I've learned a lot just jumping into it from having to do that. So I just want you to know that this is what I'm learning on my trip, coming from the trip I'm taking right now, living in a van. So this is van life for me at this point. Okay? Because a lot of people are like, that's not van life. You're just driving from destination. And why are you destination addicted? You have to figure out why you're destination addicted. I wish I didn't have to drive. Believe me, I wish I could just stay. I'd stay in the Love's parking lot for the next month if I could. Anyway, so what I thought about van life before I left. Well, I thought it was going to be a little more carefree, to tell you the truth. And again, this is my experience that, I'm traveling, but it's more exhausting than I thought it would be. And again, because I'm traveling solo, and it may be too because I'm a female, I'm not sure. And that more has to do with like the security or non-security, I feel, like parking places or staying overnight at places. And just the mental stamina it takes, let alone to drive, but then have to, figure out where I'm staying and everything. Because when I'm driving, I don't know specifically where I'm going to stop. I just drive until I don't want to drive anymore. So that's how I've been doing it, and then figuring out on iOverlander on how to, or where to stay that night. And I just found out last night, my niece told me before, but I didn't look into it, and it's TripAdvisor, and I think there's one on Google, or I'm sure there's plenty of different apps, but it helps you set out like you're driving, like where you can stop along the way on your trip. So I think one, it's called Trippy. I think that's the one that I ran across, but that helps a lot. It tells you like, oh, you can stop for an hour, and then here's driving for an hour, and this is where you can stop. So I just ran across that yesterday. So again, it's just a little more taxing than what I thought it would be. If I were doing van life where I was just stopping at a destination and staying somewhere for, like a month or even a couple of weeks, I could see how much more relaxing that will be, because that will come after I'm done with this trip in March, and I will plan better, and I will, stay somewhere to get to see an area and really enjoy it. But this trip, this destination trip, multiple destinations, it's been taxing. Let's see. So I'm going to start out with the pros. And these are in no particular order. I was just laying there last night thinking about this. And so here you go. Your days are open. You wake up and you're like, okay, am I driving today? What am I doing? Is the weather bad? Where am I staying? So your days are open to plan for you. It makes you stay in the moment, lots of daily decisions, and that's the truth. And again, this is me traveling every day and having to drive most days, is that I'm always making decisions. Where am I going to stop? Oh, I need gas. I have to dump. Where am I going to stay? Do I feel safe? What am I going to eat? Those daily decisions. You get to see and explore a lot of places you never would, and that's what I'm very grateful for, because, a lot of times as a tourist, or, as a normal person who doesn't live in a van or travel in a van, when you go on vacation, you either take a plane or you drive somewhere and you stay there specifically, and you're there to see mostly touristy things. But like you saw in my video the other day, that I got to see Fort Stockton, and where it wouldn't be a normal stop for probably most people, and I got to meet people and walk around and really enjoy somewhere that I would never have gone otherwise. You meet a lot of really good people and new people. Again, I can't say enough how every single person, and I even have like little stories of just moments of talking to people, like in a gas station or something, that I'll always remember. But every single person has been nothing but kind. Every single person that I've ran into. The internet, a different story. But in real life, which is what I'm living, they've all been kind. You have to learn to rely on yourself and your instincts. And again, traveling alone, this is coming from my journey. This is all my perspective about my journey and what I'm going through now, and just what I've learned in the last like 6 weeks of being on the road, is that I have to know, like, especially if I'm staying somewhere and I don't feel safe, that I need to get up and, you know, travel somewhere else and find another place to stay where I do feel safe. So you really have to listen to your gut instinct. And I am by myself, and so, you know, it's tiring to drive by yourself and, you know, make all the decisions by yourself, but that's me. And I like being by myself, don't get me wrong. I've been by myself for a long time. I'm not lonely. It's just sometimes it would be nice to have, you know, somebody else to make a decision or drive. I would love if somebody else could drive for me. It helps you gain confidence. And I can tell you now, driving, you know, it's not like I really enjoy it, but it's getting easier, and I'm driving for longer stretches. So it's really helped that way for me. Let's see. You aren't sitting at home wondering. You're out doing. So that was the whole point when I left, is that, you know, I didn't want that just to be it. I wanted to get out and feel like I was actually living life more. You will never regret it. Never. Like, even if I went out and like this was it, and let's just say for some reason I'm like, nope, that's it, and I sold my van, I would have regretted never doing it, but I will never regret doing it. Oh, it's really windy. The noise when sleeping, that came to me as I was going to bed last night. You know, when you're in different places, a lot of places are quiet, like, you know, maybe a campground or, you know, an RV park. But, you know, when you have to stay like at a Love's, but I'm very grateful for places like this that I can park overnight and not have to worry about it. And I feel very safe at this one. So, really nice one, very grateful. So yeah. So, but otherwise, but it was very noisy, like all the trucks coming in, and, you know, at all times of the night. And, and the dog park's right there. You can hear those dogs. And let's see, being away from family and friends and a support group, you know, and that was a big decision for me, because I left my mom, who's 92, and, you know, my sister's in assisted living home. My daughter is actually flying back to Minnesota today, to be with my family for Christmas. So I'm going to miss her, but I will be visiting her this spring. And, you know, so just having those people around you. And again, I'm alone. So, and I'm very close to my mom and my daughter, you know, and so, and I have a lot of friends. But I am seeing friends along the way. I cannot wait. I will, you know, I can't really tell you until I get there, just for safety things. But you'll meet a friend of mine coming up. She's a good friend of mine, and her daughter, and I'm going to be visiting them. So the cons: driving in crazy drivers. You have no control over other drivers. Sometimes you just hold on to the wheel and just hope and pray that they don't hit you. You know, the ones that even, you know, they're like 2 blocks behind you, and there's nobody else on the road, but yet they wait till they're right behind your bumper and then move over. And I just sometimes talk to them like, seriously, like, you couldn't have moved over sooner. So, and you know, if you saw my video about how the 2 people who passed me on the right shoulder, because for some reason in Texas, they seem to think that the right side of the lanes, which is the shoulder, is a passing lane or something. So finding a safe place to sleep every night. Again, I'm a solo female traveler. I'm on a destination trip right now. That's my view. So this is all from my view. I just want to reiterate that, because I know people are going to be typing. They're going to watch the rest of the video, and they're going to be in the comments like saying, that's not van life. Nobody ever feels like that. Was that a good imitation of them? Okay. Eating and exercise and showers and food. I love to exercise. That's what helps me. And being on the road, I try to get out. That's why I stop a lot at rest stops, because I like to get out and walk. Although with the javelinas, yes, no, they're not javelinas, although it's spelled with a J, kind of like jalapenos. And no, they're not, what did I call them? I accidentally called them hyenas. Like that. So I had been walking up and down, you know, getting exercise, just getting my steps in and stuff like that. I'd gone around the picnic areas, you know, and then I had seen them, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Really, it took like 2 steps. I was at the back of the van, laying under the van, and I got up and saw that one, and I literally probably took 2 steps for me to jump in the van. And yeah, didn't leave the van the rest of the time I was there. Let's see. Money. Okay, so I never talked about finances, but again, mine is a different situation right now, where I'm at. Different situation, okay? I'm destination based because I have things I have to do and people I need to see. So I'm just going to tell you for the money, because I don't think that it would really be true van life, because again, I'm on the road. I'm probably spending more money on gas than most people do, you know, who travel in a van and stop at destinations. But so I left on the 7th of November, and what is it, the 18th now? So, but from the 7th of November to the 7th of December, I spent, like, give or take, $2,045. But parts of that were too, if you remember, my tooth came off, my cap came off, I had to get that fixed. I bought a national park pass, which was $80. My tooth cost $125. You know, I stayed with Donna, and I had to buy, you know, Whole Foods was what was right next to us. So I shopped at Whole Foods, and yeah, I think that's where most of my money went, gas and Whole Foods. So you get tired of making daily decisions when you're by yourself. This is, like I said, coming from my perspective, just on this trip right now. I'm always in a different place, trying to get medications, you know, thinking a doctor's appointment, if you have to go to the dentist, anything like that, you have to figure out. And, you know, or go to someone that you aren't familiar with, and you're not familiar with an area. When you get somewhere, it's always a brand new area, so you don't know anything. And, you know, like when you're at home, you're comfortable, you know, like what to expect. You're on the same freeways, you're on the same, you know, streets, you know how to get there. You kind of drive without even thinking about it. But when you're traveling and you don't know any new place that you stop at, it's always like trying to figure things out. Where is something, you know, how can I get my medication, stuff like that. Lots of alone time, although it's good. Sometimes it would be nice to have someone else just to be there with you, like I said, sharing driving responsibilities, stuff like that. No one else to drive or rely on. Again, have to find places to dump, and like the propane. And, you know, so when you have to do that, when you have to dump, when you're full, you got to dump. And I hadn't found a place, so now I'm at Love's, and thank goodness they do have dumping. And Love's are pretty much, you know, around off the freeways. So, you know, at least it's available a lot that you can do that. But you have to think about that and plan for that. Wi-Fi, you have to have, and what I think is you have to have a unlimited data plan, because I use my hotspot all the time. And I will turn my generator on and to battery up my you know, computer and my phone and stuff like that. But I do at some point, like I said, want to get solar, but I would love to get a Jackery, so I don't have to turn on my generator. It's pretty loud. I just don't like using it. And so that, and I had people reach out to me about trying their Wi-Fi. It's a portable Wi-Fi, and so I have to figure out how they can get it to me. So that's another thing. I don't get paid for this. It's just like they're having me review it. So they're gifting it to me so I can review it and tell you about it, which is amazing, because Wi-Fi is very important on a trip like this, or when you're in van life, you know, to upload videos and stuff. And then somebody else reached out about having a camera. Well, you have to have Wi-Fi to have some of the cameras, and if you don't have Wi-Fi, then it's another different camera. So it's figuring all that out. But so I am going to get those and test those out so I can show you, and I'm actually excited about that because these are things that I genuinely need. So I am excited. Weather conditions, you never, I mean, you know, you can look on your phone or whatever to see what's happening. But like this morning, it was storming. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to sit here. And now it's sunny out. But like I said, it's really windy. So I'm going to go dump and do everything. And then I still have to decide if I'm going to get on the road today or just wait till tomorrow. Long stretches without being able to pull off. So I'm in Texas. Texas is a big state. And I've just kind of been puddle jumping across it. And this last stretch, there was really nowhere to turn off. And then when I did, thinking it was like a nice city, and nothing against, I don't even know how to say it, Osorno or Zona, something like that. It sounds Italian, doesn't it? That I didn't feel comfortable there. It was pretty desolate. And then when that guy passed me, and almost hit me, I saw my life. Well, I didn't see my life flash before me, but, there was nowhere to pull off to collect myself for another 20 miles. So, heat and cold. So, even though, I'm from Minnesota, I know cold, but I didn't realize it was really cold in the mornings here, and then at night it's hot. And thank goodness I can run my generator. It's been running now since I changed the altitude. But I have a full air conditioner and I have a heater. The thermostat's right here. And so I am very lucky with that. But, just for other people to think about, it can get really cold at night. I mean, there have been times, my computer actually froze one night, and it said, oh, the battery, it needs to get in a warmer climate. That's when I first took off. And now I realize I have to, keep it warm and put it away at night because it, froze the battery. That's how cold it was. Rough terrain. I've had to pull off on places, and, I'm in a van. I don't have 4-wheel drive. And, there's a lot of places that, you're backing up and turning around and on dirt roads, and, you accidentally take a wrong turn and you're like, oh shit. So yeah, just stuff like that. Small spaces. So I am in a small space, but I can tell you this feels like home now. This really feels like home, and it feels like just like a studio apartment. And, so I really feel comfortable here now. But if you're not comfortable in small places, then just know that. And also, I can stand up in mine and I can walk around and back and forth. And I know a lot of people have vans or, in their cars and stuff that they can't stand up. So for me, it's very important that I could stand up and walk around, and that I have a bathroom. That's another thing too. If you don't have a bathroom, where do you stop off to go to the bathroom? And always on alert. Always. The antennas are always up, always trying to feel like, what am I feeling? Being aware, whether it's driving, whether it's parking somewhere, where I've stopped, where I'm going to sleep. And that's exhausting. That's mentally exhausting. So that was the last one. Those are just some things that I thought of. And again, this is my journey. I'm on destinations. This is my van life right now. I will be doing van life. Like I said, I have plans. I have plans after March. When I go back to Minnesota, and then from there, what it looks like for me. So again, I'm talking about my situation right now because I'm on a destination travel right now, and I'm getting eye surgery at the end of January. I think it's January 27th. And then I can't drive for a bit. But I'll be in Florida, and I will be having to stay in the van. So that should be interesting. So a lot coming up here. I'm stopping off somewhere too that I think you'll really love, and I think I'll really love and enjoy sharing and showing you guys. So anyway, that's that. Each Saturday, I think this is going to be a long video again. So that's going to be it. So I'm going to take tomorrow off. And tomorrow will be Sunday. And then, yeah, I'll post this on Monday. And so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to post. It's really helped me a lot taking those, not uploading every day. And then when I have content, because I kind of have a lot of content right now, I may post like on the weekend once. I posted my ukulele video this morning. So anyway, there we go. That's it. I'm wrapping it up. And you know what to do. Go out and make an adventure. And don't forget your magic. You guys are great. Thanks for your support. I really value all of you for following me. And I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers. It's only been, let's see. It's only been, well, November 7th to December 7th. And then the 14th. So it's only been 5.5 weeks, under 6 weeks. And I have 10,000 subscribers. So I always think that one morning I'm going to wake up and it's going to go back down to 58 because, yeah, it's like kind of that fraud syndrome, that you think people like, I'm tired of following her. But I just wanted to tell you I'm very appreciative that you're following along my journey with me. And I'm really in a good place now. And I'm starting to get in the van life groove and getting used to it. That's it too. It takes a while to adjust. So just so you know that. Okay? All right. Coffee time over. All right. You guys go have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.